Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Marina Charles. I work in marketing at BDO, and I'm a member of the PM Forum Committee in London. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today. This is the July webinar for the PM Forum, and the subject today is how do you project manage when you're not PRINCE2 qualified? So today we're going to explore what successful project delivery really looks like in practice, to get advice on how we can successfully deliver projects in the real world when balancing client work, stakeholder expectations, competing priorities, and limited resources. So I'm delighted to be joined by our panelists, who are 3 experienced program and project leaders who bring perspectives from the military, professional services, and high growth organizations. First, I'm delighted to welcome Jon Lelliott from Gowling WLG, Colin Mattis from Herbert Smith Freehills Kramer, and completing our panel is Elana Wicks. Most people in marketing, BD and bids become accidental project managers. So looking back, what were the most important lessons you learned early in your career that helped you deliver projects successfully?
So I sort of got into projects when I moved to Sydney in my early 20s. And overnight, for multiple reasons, the national events team left the firm. And so for me, I think the first thing I needed to recognise is the need to speak to those around, what the expectations are for the firm, what has previously happened in the past, how do I deliver, how do I ask for the right help and the right support so that I've got the network around me. And then how do I project manage it to the best of my ability? How do I keep on top of everything? How do I, navigate challenges, changes, reprioritization? And how do I keep calm and keep going?
So if you look at the projects you've delivered, what do you think makes the biggest difference between project success and failure?
I think everyone will have slightly different sort of takes on it, but for me, it's understanding the outcomes and objectives that the sponsor or the firm wants to achieve. Because if you don't have that, that end state, that destination that you want to go to, it doesn't matter how well you run the project, you're going to either deliver the wrong thing or deliver it in the wrong time frame or the wrong scope. So understanding where you're trying to get to at the end is for me absolutely the first step, and then just one beneath that is understanding the why you're doing it. Something that I've always taken from the military experience and the way that officers and soldiers are trained is to always understand the intent behind something, because if you understand the why underneath an instruction, you don't have to keep on going back to your manager or the sponsor to say, what do I do now, or what do we do if this happens? If you understand really clearly why you're doing something, you can achieve the same objective in a slightly different way.
What would your most effective technique be for getting stakeholders engaged and keeping them accountable again?
Obviously, based on what we've discussed, and particularly the last question, it's bringing that group together. Stakeholder engagement, bringing everyone in the room, even if they're not involved. So say a pre-project kickoff. So even if they're not involved at this stage, get everyone around the table and sort of articulate with them what their roles, responsibilities are, what the purpose of the project is. And I know we've discussed that again, but and also if there are any issues that come up, because I've had that before, there might be some strong personalities in there. Don't use a meeting with a cast of thousands to discuss that, because people don't want to be embarrassed or don't want to feel as if they've done something wrong, or if they're a particular type of way in terms of behavior towards the project objectives. I would always go and have a one-to-one meeting.
Thank you so much for your time, everybody who's joined today.